The best way to describe boxing as a sport is the Wild Wild West. So tonight they robbed the next American heavyweight champion, Shaw, where he completely dominated Ajagba. However, some way, somehow, Ajagba got the decision, stopping the next American heavyweight champion from emerging through a robbery. Shaw gave Ajagba a boxing lesson. Worse than the Flash. The Cuban Flash gave Ajagba. Therefore, if you believe Shaw lost tonight, then you must also believe Frank Sanchez lost to Ajagba as well. Because Shaw did a better job than Frank Sanchez, who also did a wonderful job taking Ajagba to the Cuban school. But tonight, Ajagba got taken to the American school, even more so. Shaw showed so much skill. You could argue that he has the best jab in the heavyweight division. And during the fight, Andre Ward, Tessitore, and Timothy Bradley were all pointing out how comfortable Shaw was in there winning the fight, and how Ajagba needs to do more. But after the decision was announced, they said that the fight could have went either way. Nobody complained about this robbery. Keep in mind, during the actual fight, nobody made the case that Ajagba was winning the fight at all. Shaw, who was an ex-football player, he was in there looking better than Jared Anderson. He also undefeated. He took on a huge step up in competition and won tonight, regardless of what them corrupted judges said. In return, they paid him back for the risk he took with a robbery that put a major stoplight on his career. They essentially ruined Shaw's career because this was supposed to be his coming out party. He was supposed to enter the top 10 with this type of amazing performance. This is the sad and dark side about boxing. When an athlete like Shaw put their blood, sweat, and tears into the sport only to get robbed with a pen and a paper. To make matters worse, the darker side of this equation is when you have an ex-fighter like Timothy Bradley, who's famously known all around the world as Uncle Bradley. All Uncle Bradley had to say after the fight is how boring the fight was and that he nearly went to sleep during the fight. What's so ironic is that that's the main talking point racist people used to talk about Timothy Bradley, Andre Ward, so on and so forth, when they were active, when they were still fighting. Whenever they described Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley, they described them as boring fighters that will put you to sleep. I never thought I'd see the day where Uncle Bradley will claim a fight is putting him to sleep or a fighter is boring. But this is what makes Uncle Bradley the OG Uncle Tom. Do you guys notice Uncle Bradley only goes to sleep exclusively when he's watching Black American fighters? He never goes to sleep watching fighters that are not black, even if the fight is boring. Notice when it's a black fighter like Shakur and Shaw, Timothy Bradley is so quick to say he's falling asleep. But when it's a non-black fighter, when it's a hopeless fighter like Tyson Fury, when he fought Klitschko and put the world to sleep in a boring fight, Uncle Bradley had nothing to say. When Lomachenko lost to Teofimo Lopez in a stinking fashion, where Lomachenko was so-called running and not throwing punches, Timothy Bradley never called him boring. Or Edgar Berlanga, when he puts on a boring fight like his last fight that he nearly lost against Angulo, Timothy Bradley sat over there on ESPN defending Berlanga. He said it's all about winning, even though a lot of people felt like Berlanga lost. Timothy Bradley sat up there defending Berlanga boring performance. If you may wonder why, it's because Berlanga and Tyson Fury have the complexion for the connection to get the ultimate protection. And one thing an Uncle Tom understands is 1, how to stay on code. 2, play along and go along with the agenda. With the facts being laid out, drop your thoughts in the comment section below. subscribe below, and click on the notification bell to be continued on the next episode of AKHi, TV. Peace. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.